Time only moves when you move is the phrase that describes this game. Innovation and thinking outside the confined box of the FPS genre is what the SUPERHOT team did back in 2016. Back when shooters consisted of futuristic-like elements such as Titanfall 2 and Call of Duty Infinite Warfare, or hero shooters like Overwatch, then Battlefield going back in time to World War I, and maybe one of the most important releases that year, Doom 2016. SUPERHOT came along with such an interesting, innovative concept and nailed the execution. This is the first time playing this game. Well, kind of. I did play the VR release, which is the first game I played in VR back when I first got my Quest 2. But it's been a while, and this is the first time playing the original. SUPERHOT's minimalist and simple art style is because the game is a person playing a game. A friend recommends a game to another over a chat message board that looks straight out of MS-DOS.
Hot. Super hot.
This game has a decent short story tied to it, with the game essentially becoming an addiction and the virtual reality of the SUPERHOT video game and the real reality getting intertwined and stuck in it forever. The game does not want you to play and makes it known there will be consequences if you don't listen. When you go back and talk to the person that sent you the link to play the game, the system starts talking for you, replacing your words with words of its own to prevent the other guy from playing, ending with him saying he's done with you. The system makes you promise that you won't play anymore, and so we keep playing. But before we jump back in and continue playing, after making the promise, you actually can't play. Your only option is to exit the game. The only way to continue is to exit and reload. I just thought it was an interesting and immersive way to make you feel as if you were actually talking to the SUPERHOT AI. This is a short game with a short, compelling enough story to keep you immersed. While it's no The Last of Us, it is suspenseful. While I'm sure most of everyone who is interested in the game has already played it, I will leave the rest for those who have not, to discover for themselves. While the world is white and textureless, looking like a game that is nowhere close to being finished, players can read every situation clearly at a glance. The enemies are red and every interactable object is black. Enemies die in one hit, but so do you. With each level being very short and the game only being maybe 2 hours, may sound like a bad thing, but it's actually a good thing because it has so much replayability. Each scenario you're thrust into can play out in so many different ways. With each run, you can learn new ways to go about each situation and find new ways to complete them quicker.
Super hot.
This game feels to me as kind of reversing the Woo shooter slow-mo formula found in games such as Max Payne and Fear, and more recent titles like Severed Steel and Trepang, which hasn't released yet. Instead of being able to slow down time at the push of a button, you can speed up time by moving, which is pushing a button. I mean, it's not the exact same in a reversed concept, but I think you get my point. Time doesn't actually stop, time will just slow down. As you can see in this footage of a bus about to hit me. I left for a second, and when I came back, the bus was so close to me that when I tried running, time sped up and I got hit. You can jump, and if you hold the jump button, time will slow back down, giving you time to assess the situation to plan your next move. There's not a ton of variety with the weapons, with there only being a handgun, shotgun, and a burst rifle that shoots 3 or 4 bullets at a time. When a gun runs out of ammo, a text on the screen will pop up and let you know that the magazine is empty. At that point, the only option is to throw it. The melee weapons consist of a katana and maybe a metal pipe or something, as well as a baseball bat and maybe a couple others if I'm missing anything. They all function the same as each enemy dies in a single hit, unless it's a thrown weapon, which doesn't kill. You can throw any weapon or interactable object in your vicinity. If they are struck with what you throw, you can snatch their weapon and use it against them. The only weapons that work differently when thrown is the katana. It kills enemies when thrown, unlike any other weapon that only knock whatever they are holding out of their hands. It is possible to throw a katana through one to hit another one behind them. If you miss with any weapons you throw, any enemies that are unarmed will go for fallen weapons to use against you. After completing any level or side content, you can then upload the clip of your play to the SUPERHOT website. You can also watch other clips people have uploaded. After completing the campaign, you unlock endless mode, which I don't think I need to explain, as well as a challenge mode with a bunch of different challenges such as katanas only, which is self-explanatory and is fairly tough. Once you play some of a challenge, you unlock the next challenge you can play, such as playing SUPERHOT like it's 2013, when it was still being developed. There are speedrun modes and lots of other challenges I haven't unlocked yet. Since 2016, 2 other games have released in the SUPERHOT series, that being SUPERHOT VR, released May 25th of 2017. As I mentioned at the start of the video, this was my first experience with the IP. Lastly, SUPERHOT Mind Control Delete, released July 16th of 2020. I will cover all the games in the series, not sure as to when, but I will. Let me know your experiences or your takes with the SUPERHOT series in the comments. Is there a lot that I missed or forgot to mention? Did you like the video? And if so, did you give it a like? You can if you want. You can also subscribe if you want to hear my voice talk about good or bad games in the future. But if there's one thing I hope you do, is that you have a good rest of your day. Thanks for watching.
Super hot. 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 Super hot.